And we're live.
Yay! Hello.
Hello, everybody.
This is Disney Night. This is the 5th Disney Night they've done, and they still haven't done Tangled, but they finally did Snow White.
That's true.
Finally.
That's true. I'm going to tweet out the link as we speak.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm gonna let Bentley know. Maybe we should start embedding these into blog posts. We might get some more viewers then.
Hopefully. All right.
Cool. So here we are. Welcome. This is week 5.
5. We're halfway through the season.
We only had 4 eliminations. There's still 9 people left. So that's pretty normal for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like nowadays because they eliminate like a week after you do your dance, so it's a little different than it used to be. But
right.
Yeah. Okay, so we started off with I didn't see the opening number, so
I also missed a good chunk of the opening number. So I was actually at my friend's house watching the show with 2 of my friends and one of my friend's her boyfriend tonight, and we had a really bad TV feed. So I missed a good chunk of the opening number, and I missed Drew's and most of Nick's dances, but I've just rewatched both of those, so that's what counts.
That's good. I missed the first 3 or so for the most part. Like I saw half of Victoria's, and then
Did anybody else experience like problems tonight with the feeds?
No, I was watching on a feed. I wasn't watching on regular TV.
Okay, I was watching on regular TV. My friend has DirecTV. At my house I have Comcast, but yeah. So I noticed there was some weird audio problems at the very beginning, and I noticed other people are having problems with that. But did anybody else experience problems either with a feed or on their actual TV tonight? If you did, let us know so we know it was a universal thing.
Yeah, I noticed people did. People were saying they did.
Highly interesting, but yeah, I missed most of the opening number. My sister told me it was cute.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I mean, I heard some of the bumpers, from what I could tell, were better.
Oh my gosh, the bumpers tonight killed me. They were amazing.
Like, yeah, they spent like the money on the bumpers.
There were 3 really, really great bumpers tonight. The Mickey Mouse Club one, which might actually be my favorite bumper of all time. The High School Musical one, and then Haley and Alan did a Cinderella dance. I was only like 10 seconds long, but it was still nice. So lots of good bumpers tonight. Lots of good dances tonight. I think this was my favorite Disney night. We've had 5 of them now, and I think this one was far and away my favorite. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was fine. I guess I just prefer some of the songs they used in other Disney nights. Like I like last season's song selection a lot, and then this one was just kind of okay to me. Like they did but the dancers, like the people on this, like the contestants did a good job.
Yeah, I feel like this is the highest quality level of dancing we've seen on a Disney night.
I think maybe the first one was really good, like back in season 18, where they were doing that's a really good one.
That's what I was thinking. Like the only other Disney night that I think that matches in dance quality is back in season 18, because that was Charlie and Meryl and Amy and Danica.
I remember like even like Candace did okay on a samba for Disney, and then like Nene was like killing that Cruella de Vil. Like that was really good. That was when they put lots of money into Disney night. They're like, we're gonna go all out for this and get the rights to as many songs as we can. But like some of the songs, like I know they've done Disney songs other episodes, not just Disney. Some of these songs we've seen like 3, maybe 4 times that were on tonight.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of tired of those in the context of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, it would be nice to have like new songs, because I know they used Rainbow Connection a couple of times. I know for a fact.
They used the Jungle Books. They've used both Jungle Book songs that they use a couple times. They used Bare Necessities, which is what I believe they used this episode, and they used I Want to Be Like You a lot. So they used both of those.
Mm-hmm.
A bit. I know they've used Just Can't Wait to Be King before. They used When You Wish Upon a Star before. Not sure if they used anything else actually. Oh no, they used the Pirates one for Alfonso's switch up with Cheryl.
I do remember that. I remember that dance specifically.
I think that's about it. So like they used like half of them before.
Okay, well, I mean, you gotta buy the songs.
The girl once, but then they didn't, so they used it now.
Right.
I have to go for a second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
That's all right. So while Julia's...
We can start talking about the first dance, Victoria and Val.
Did you miss that?
No, I saw it. Just go for a sec. I'll weigh in my thoughts in a second.
All right, so Julia's off doing her thing. I guess we can get started with the first dance of the night, which was Victoria and Val. They actually did a really cool thing tonight where they did all of the dances in chronological order by which they came out. So they started it back in the 20s with Steamboat Willie, and this was, in my opinion, my favorite dance of Victoria's. It was just so flippin' cute. The characters were there. Val's choreography was great. I love the entire feel of this dance. I love the costumes, and they really just made the perfect Mickey and Minnie. And just Victoria and Val are definitely one of my favorite partnerships this season. In this season full of really, really great partnerships, they've just absolutely just keep on setting the bar higher and higher and higher. And yeah, basically, I really love this. I thought it was spectacular.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty good. Yeah, like I think there were some parts where there could have been more actual movement. I noticed there was like kind of standing still a lot, but I know she has problems with her legs still. I don't really know because I know this was supposed to be Charleston,
Right.
and then
And
this
Val,
changed to Jazz, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think it was a choreography thing because like this was easily like fit Charleston fine. This wasn't like The Incredibles, but maybe it was Victoria's legs or something. Yeah, this is fine. Like, I don't know. This was the one I was the most excited for, and maybe I was like a little let down just because like there wasn't a lot of movement, but it suited it fine. I wish they were wearing ears. Like they had like they're supposed to be Mickey, and I assume Victoria's supposed to be Minnie, and they didn't have ears, and I'm like, something's off. But like, yeah, it was fine. She's gonna be safe next week. She got all nines again.
she
It
did
was
get
good.
all nines.
It was
Yeah,
good.
I definitely thought the all nines were absolutely warranted. Some people were debating, was it too high? Was it too low? I thought all nines were perfect for this. I really did, and I thought it was very, very cute, very sweet. Just it was fun. It was a fun dance.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think
Stefan?
she's fine for a while. I think she's gonna do well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think she's totally fine going into next week. All right.
Yep.
So next up was Vanessa, because we went in chronological order tonight. And okay, so I feel like I'm the only person that really, really loved this.
I mean, this was fine. I was watching it originally the first time, like I was right there, and then I like ended up going to do something else because I was a little like, okay, well this is whatever. And then I tried to watch it again, and I was still like, well, this is kind of whatever. But like, I don't think she did badly. Like some
Not
people were kind of really, really knocking this down. I'm like, well, no. I think it was kind of forgettable. Um, she did fine, I suppose. They still don't have chemistry. Maybe they are having partnership issues. I don't know because this was like the second week in a row, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they have no chemistry. I'm not sure.
yeah. I didn't really see much of a chemistry issue. I thought that whatever it is that happened between them, I feel like is over. And I feel like they're slowly like rebuilding their partnership again. I really, really actually like this. I love the song. The cover of it was gorgeous, and Vanessa looked amazing. It's not my favorite dance of Vanessa's, not by a long shot, but I still think that she did really, really well.
She got all eights, correct?
She did get all eights, yes.
Okay, I'm just looking at Facebook now, so I'm not really gonna have any like news from there probably for a while. But I'm kind of worried for her next week.
Well, actually, I just looked at the leaderboard, and I find it very interesting because the bottom two on the leaderboard are, in fact, Nick and Vanessa. So,
Yep. I'm
which
wondering if they're gonna like. I know, I know there's 9 left, and then usually for the team dances they're even numbers. But we've done it with 7 couples before, and I'm wondering if maybe if Nick and Vanessa are the bottom 2 next week, they're just gonna send them home. They'll be like, yeah, let's end this now. Bye.
that is extremely interesting. Um, I don't know. Tom normally announces if there's going to be a double elimination in the next week, that he will usually say so. But again, stranger things have happened in the past. Let me put it like this. If either Nick or Vanessa, I have a feeling that, since they're both at the bottom of the leaderboard, one of them is going home next week. And y'all know that if one of them's going home next week, they're both going to be in the bottom.
Yeah, or maybe they'll. Yeah, I really want them to send both home next week, kind of, just for like, just so we can be over this. And I do like Vanessa. It's just like I feel like I don't know. There's something really. I mean, I don't know. I don't like saying this. I wish she could have like a different partner because I really don't see chemistry now. Like it's become like really obvious. Even if the drama's done, like I feel like something changed. I don't know. It was interesting that the package didn't really show too much of them talking again. It was just like this could have easily been filmed like separately. I don't know. Like I hope things get better for them. Like I want to see them do good stuff.
should they make it through the next week, and I certainly hope that they do, because I really do like Vanessa as a dancer. I think she's far and away one of the best dancers this season.
Yeah.
I really hope that, we get more between them and the packages, because I noticed that too. Like, there wasn't a lot of the two of them talking, like just as Vanessa and Max, not as, Vanessa and Max as the Seven Dwarfs. I think we'll be getting that. I feel like it's slowly, we're getting their chemistry back with any luck. So I hope she sticks around. I really do.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's either Vanessa or Nick next week. I don't think it's anyone else.
Yeah, I certainly hope it's Nick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should be Nick. I mean, I guess maybe Taro could go. I don't know. Like, okay, we'll get to that. So next was Lindsay and Mark.
Listen, the only judge I'm claiming tonight after tonight is Len Goodman, because Len Goodman was the only person who gave correct scores to most of the couples. Oh my gosh, I was so angry about this, guys. Lindsay got 9 from Carrie and Bruno and a 10 from Len, and when she absolutely should have had the first perfect score of the season. Absolutely should have.
Yeah,
we did get the first perfect score of the season later in the night, and I absolutely agree with it. But Lindsay should have had a perfect score as well. It was highly unfortunate. This dance was amazing. It was very interesting to see Mark go a very traditional foxtrot route, because, you think of Mark Bowles and Disney Night and you think we're just going to go off the wall bonkers because he did the Alice in Wonderland number, which is just one of the best Disney Night numbers ever in terms of theatricality, and the Toy Story number he did with Paige. And you think, oh, wow, what's he going to do with Lindsay? And he totally just stripped it back and did a proper traditional foxtrot that was so beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah. I like that they I mean, I know they're going in order of the movies tonight, but since their dance had nothing to do with the movie and running order affects the scores, maybe they could have gone later and they could have spun it in a way that would make sense.
Oh, maybe. Definitely if they had gone later in the night, they would have got, if they had just scrapped the whole through the eras thing, if they would have gone later in the night, they would have had perfect scores easily.
What ended up happening with that was they had so many people, the first hour was Victoria, Vanessa, Lindsay, Nick, Drew. And 3 out of 5 of those were very slow ballroom dances. And I'm that could have been better balanced. Because the second half was total high energy almost.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could have been balanced. But I appreciated the sentiment of Disney through the ages. Yeah, I thought this was good. The choreo was really good. I liked that it was more traditional, but it still fit Disney. I liked that they had Mickey playing the piano. I thought that was really cool.
Very cute. Wonderful idea.
Yeah. The background stuff was nice. It didn't take over. I don't know. I was surprised they did the instrumental version, but I actually kind of preferred that for this. It suited it better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought it was good. Yes, this deserved a 40. I don't know why, part of me is wondering why if they don't want her to win and that's why they're not doing this. But then again, remember Rashad? He didn't get a 40 till the last week. So
he only got 1 perfect score. Is that correct?
She's got to get a 40 before the last week, but
interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was probably the best of the night for me. I'm not sure. There were 2 others that were really high up there. The next one was not one of them. It was Nick and Peta.
Okay, so like I said earlier, the TV that I was watching, I was over at my friend's house, and she has DirecTV, and it kept on fizzling out. So I missed most of the dance. I just went back and rewatched it, and honestly, I saw a good maybe 1/3 of it on TV, and all I could think about the entire time was, why is he wearing Toms? He was wearing Toms on his feet, not actual shoes, guys. Why?
I don't know. For when he was doing the dance, the quick step?
Yeah, well, he was doing the quick step. He was wearing the Toms, just those little canvas shoe things, which are fine, if you're walking your dog or going around the house or something, but to dance the quick step in Toms? But why? I don't know. That really bothered me for whatever reason. All of their things designed, it was fine. It was okay.
Yeah. There was like a lack of body contact, but I still think there was like they were closer than some of the other ones this season. Like Victoria and Val and Frankie and Whitney had even less body contact, like even wider gaps, so this didn't bother me as much. Other than that, I think it was fine. He did better than I expected him to. I still think he's in danger for next week because it wasn't anything exciting, but it looked like he was having fun, which is something it's been kind of getting better in the past few weeks with that. So that's good.
You know, I'm thinking about this and I find it very interesting. So that means last week Nick was 2 points behind the All Eights Club, and somebody from the All Eights Club went home tonight, which means he made up that margin to at least a little bit.
Yeah.
To match everybody
in Jeopardy.
To match everybody in the All Eights Club, which means that he could feasibly get more votes than Vanessa.
He was in Jeopardy though. Like that's why last week he got a boost. But maybe he will. He could get more than Vanessa. I'm gonna be mad if he leaves and Vanessa. Like if they both leave together, like it'll be like yeah okay. But like if he leaves and Vanessa, and I mean if she leaves and he stays, that's no.
Cruel. That is cruel. Season 25. Cruel.
That is awful. Okay.
Yeah, this was Peter looked amazing. Peter looked amazing. I feel like this is my critique for Nick and Peter every week. Nick, nah. Peter, amazing, fabulous, fire, 10 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. So he got what 2 7s and an 8.
I do, yeah. And Len gave him an 8. Like that was really nice. Len was in a good mood tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so next was Drew and Emma. And like, whoa. Okay, like I thought he was gonna be pretty good with the results, but this was so good.
Oh my gosh. So. This was the
Viennese waltz, right? Not regular waltz?
This was the Viennese waltz. So I actually missed I missed everything but the last 10 seconds of this on TV. And so I got home and I literally just rewatched it like 2 minutes before we started this. And it was amazing. First of all, their costumes were easily like my favorite of the night. Like her dress and the coattails, like that was amazing. And this was so pretty. It was just, it made me feel good. It made me so happy. And Drew is this season's dark horse. He really is. He's just slowly getting better and better and better every single week. You can't count him out. He reminds me a lot of Calvin Johnson from last fall. He's just you can't count him out. He's just getting better and better and better, and he's building, and he's just a joy and a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, and they stood out. They stood out too because the Kermit the Frog stuff was like
that was amazing. That was like one of my favorite things of the night. Like Lindsay Jordan, the Mickey Mouse Club bumper, which is my favorite, which is officially, just so you know, my favorite bumper of all time, and Kermit the Frog. Those things were
just, like he was just there like the whole time. He wasn't even just there for that. He did like he showed up before Frankie and Whitney's dance. He was dressed as a pirate, and then like he was doing like when they were interviewing people about like what they liked about Disney, they were just interviewing him. It's like yeah, he's there.
He was amazing. I loved having Kermit the Frog there. It was one of my
guest judge almost. Like he held his 10 paddle.
Oh my gosh, that was so cute. And he had his own like little 10 paddle, like Kermit the Frog, man. That was amazing. I loved
almost feel like this was underscored by a point. I don't know. Like I feel like this was like if I gave Terrell a 9 in the vlog last week, and this was like as good as that at least. So I think I would have given it another 9.
He got a 9 and 2 8s, correct?
Yeah, I think maybe one more 9.
I probably would have given him a 9. This was one of my favorites of the night. He's just
like strong. Like I still think there was like 3 I liked better that I would have given 10s to. Lindsay was one of them, just because they were so good. But this was great.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Yeah. This was just like his best. Yeah, it was so good. I'm still getting nervous when he's gonna have to do a Latin. Although for some people they didn't have to do Latin until way later in the season. Like I think Alec his season didn't have to do it till about week 8.
Oh, that's great. He kept on getting like
9. He didn't have to do any of the 3 hip shaking Latin ones till week 9.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that kind of.
So, fingers crossed for Drew. Oh, I don't know. I have a feeling he might get one for Halloween because I don't know what they're gonna do next week. Although they made someone do a sci-fi salsa last season, so who knows?
By the way, really quick note about next week. Did I hear it was movie night, but it was going to be like the way that they did it last season?
I've heard it was going to be movies, and then I heard it was going to be genres. So I don't know. I hope it's genres because Halloween's right after, and if they're going to do movies 3 weeks in a row, that's like really excessive.
Like, yeah, we can drop it.
Because like on Halloween, you know they're going to have to do movies. They're probably doing it. They're somehow going to figure out a way to dance to it. Who would be? Like, I see them doing Jump in the Line, because I know they have the rights to that one, and that's a Beetlejuice one.
Ooh, who would be Beetlejuice? How about Drew and Emma? That sounds awesome.
It's either Drew and Emma, or they're gonna have Lindsay or Victoria be Winona Ryder's character, and they'll have Mark or Val be Beetlejuice.
I am 100% down for that information. Dancing
I'm down
ABC,
for any of
take
those
that.
two. Like Beetlejuice, like that's fine with me too, because I want to see him be like a villain. But yeah.
So,
I don't know, but yeah, movies 3 weeks in a row, and people want like Hocus Pocus. Like, yeah, it's gonna be quite excessive. So, yeah. Who was next? Oh, next was Sasha and Gleb, correct?
it was Sasha and Gleb. You want to go first on this one because I have a lot of thoughts.
Okay. Well, I like this. It was good. The package was funny. I liked him when he was the merman. It was just, I don't know, really fun. He was like, he gave her good choreography this week. I thought this was really like a strong rumba for them. I think they deserve 9s. Like, they gave them all 8s, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of low. She did a good job selling the character. Like, I don't really see her as an Ariel, but like she managed to like capture the innocence very well. I don't know, and he was a good Prince Eric. Like, yeah, it was just pretty solid, I would say. I liked it.
Okay. I did not go back and rewatch this, and maybe my feed cut out a little bit during this dance. People really, really loved this, and I didn't really feel that way. I liked it a lot. I thought there was a really good choreography in there. I thought they matched the characters really well. Rumba tends to be my least favorite style on the show just because it's hardly ever done right. Like, the only rumba in the last 6 or 7 seasons I've watched was Heather's from last season.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's pretty much it. And I just dropped something. Hang on. So
I also really like Rashad's last season. That was so good too, I thought.
I forgot about Rashad's. Rashad's was pretty good last season.
Yeah.
But as far as like a rumba went for this one, I thought she was missing hip action, but maybe I just missed it because my feed cut out. I don't really know. But I liked it. I just didn't love it as much as everybody else did. And as the judges were giving their comments, I was just sitting there thinking, like, did I miss something? Like, what? Like, everybody, like, the judges really, really loved this, and I was just like, it was fine. I wasn't super, super crazy about it, but I liked it.
Like, it
But
was
then,
just solid for me. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it. It wasn't like the best, but like it was
right, like, there's
what I thought.
right, exactly. There was nothing necessarily wrong with it. It wasn't my particular cup of tea. I liked the song choice, and I thought that Gleb gave her good choreography. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
that's
didn't
how I
click for
feel with
me.
Victoria and Val's dance. That's a good way of like describing how I felt with that. Even though like I love the theme and everything, it's just maybe the
Yeah.
choreo for me on that one. But yeah, like that's a good. I don't know.
But as they were giving comments, they were just like raving over this dance, and I was just like, I mean, it was good. And then they gave it all 8s, and it didn't even like click in my brain. Like, maybe she's going home. Maybe they're being extra nice to her because she's going home. Because I didn't think Sasha was leaving tonight.
You didn't?
I didn't necessarily think so. I thought Nick was going to leave. Nick was like my first choice, with Sasha being my second. But yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think it's either Nick or Vanessa next week. So yeah, so that'll happen. But you know, yeah, I was pretty sure Sasha was gonna leave because like whatever happens, every most memorable year goes like this. The sad stories, you pretty much stick around the next week because people will remember you. The really, really like over the top happy ones, I can't believe. Sorry, my camera's been so weird. Apologies, everyone watching. The really happy ones that like they really can stand out. Like Drew's was really good. Usually keep you in the clear. And then if you have like, oh, this is just like a happy time in my life, like yay, oh, it's so sweet. You usually get forgettable, and one of those people leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Sasha. So.
Which is terribly unfortunate because I do think that Sasha was getting better and better every week, and I really did like her and Gleb as a couple, like together.
Yeah.
Listen, America, y'all ain't being fair this season. We've had the wrong elimination now 3 times in a row. Knock it off.
Mhm. So after them, it was Terrell and Cheryl.
Okay. The highlight of this dance for me was Kia.
I didn't even notice Kia after we watched this one. I don't know.
Kia was like in the opening shot, and he was like supposed to be like Mufasa, like he was the Lion King. And that was the highlight of the dance for me. I like the choreography, and I like the little troop bits that they did.
Yeah, I think he had some problems with the footwork, but like it was like at the beginning, the end was really good.
The end I really liked, and I thought this was a pretty strong routine. Not one of my favorites of the night, but I did enjoy it. I think Terrell's growing on me since last week. Like I was very, very endeared to him last week, and I enjoyed him this week. So, he's still not one of my favorite contestants this season, but
yeah, I don't know. I think he's one of the ones who I think is gonna be safe for a couple more weeks and then leave before like the really obvious like the people who we know are probably gonna make the end. But yeah, I think he probably did just enough to maybe stay one more week, maybe two, depending on when the double is.
I think he'll make it through next week.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he might leave Halloween or the week after, depending on when the double is. Not sure. Okay, so the next one, oh my gosh, Frankie and Whitney. Okay, so
I have a lot of feelings. You go first.
Frankie's totally doing the tour. I'm saying this right now. If you're a Frankie fan, go buy your tickets because yeah, he's on this tour. They're like, so he's like, okay, so he did this Argentine tango and it was perfectly fine. Like it was better than the last couple of dances he's done. Where I feel like his like big breakout one was the cha cha, and like before that he was really good too. And then the ones since then have been kind of meh. And then this happens and it was like, yeah, it's pretty good. Like he's playing a different kind of character. He's really selling it. Good job. The footwork was like not perfect. It was fine. Like there's just some things. His movements weren't quite as refined as I would have liked. Whitney did a lot of the leg work. It wasn't like quite challenging enough for me to get the tens he got, the 2 10s and a 9. And I was thinking this was gonna get okay, so maybe like either 2 8s and a 9 or probably 2 9s and an 8, and then it gets 10s. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I liked this, and I like him, and I like Whitney a lot. They're one of my favorite couples this season. Here's the problem. This was not a 10. Like 2 9s and an 8 or 2 8s and a 9 would have been totally appropriate for this. I don't know what Bruno, Carrie Ann were smoking before the show to give this 10s.
And they're the ones who gave Lindsay 9s, by the way.
Unbelievable. Carrie Ann said Lindsay's hold was one of the best ones they've ever seen, and then she turns around and gives Frankie a 10. And I liked this dance. I liked it a lot. But 10s? Really, guys? Really?
Yeah. And then at the end of the night, they're like, oh yeah, you're in jeopardy. And I'm like, okay, so maybe he was like kind of starting to fall in votes and they need to keep him around for the finals so he can do tour and like justify that. Because like, I don't think he's going to win.
No,
I mean, if they
there's no way
that it might be a surprise win, but like, I don't know.
Here's the thing.
Oh my gosh, you know what I just saw on Facebook?
What?
Someone says, I love Jordan, but Frankie should have gotten 30.
Guys, listen, it was a good performance. But 10s? Really?
Even the 9s seemed a little high to me, although he was later in the night, so I'm like, yeah, he's getting 9s, he's later in the night. Like, if he had gone earlier in the night, he maybe would have been lucky to get 1 9.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
Because, like, this was about, like, maybe on par with, maybe actually a little less than what Victoria did.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that.
I don't think it was the worst. It just wasn't the second best.
That's a really good way of putting it. Like this was still a strong performance, but it was nowhere even close to being the second best performance of the night.
No. Okay. But you know what was one of the best performances of the night? We got Jordan and Lindsay. And I have to address, okay, so I made some comments on Twitter saying, oh my gosh, white girl Moana. Apparently, like, I looked at the costume later, she didn't really look like the white girl Moana. Like, she was more like just an island girl, and it looked kind of like it, but not really. I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. I just never know where to draw the line with the cultural stuff on the show, because they're like, they told someone they couldn't do Pocahontas, and yet they, like, and I understand why. Like, I don't think they should have gone that route, but, like, with doing Pocahontas. But, like, they've had white people do the Wiz. They had a white guy be a mariachi singer later in the night. Like, I don't know where the line is. And they had Moana, like, Maui be, well, I didn't even know it was supposed to be Maui. Like, Sasha was pretty much a white scrawny guy. Like, that doesn't make me think Maui. So, like, I didn't make the connection. But yeah, it just, I don't know, where's the line? Like, I know people of color played by other people of color, even if they're not the same race, goes goes over better than white people doing it. Like Simone was Moana and Armani was Mulan, and that was okay. It was fine. I just don't know where to draw the line here, especially like on the Disney nights and like the Broadway theme night, because that's when they did the white people doing the Wiz, and I'm like, really, really, that one really was like, why?
You know, I think back to I don't know. I think this is completely off topic, but I think back to Glee, and I think about April Rhodes, and she went to Broadway to put on an all-white production of The Wiz, and she comes back to Ohio, and Will's like, what happened to Broadway? And she goes, my all-white production of The Wiz was a disaster. And I always think about that line whenever anybody brings up James's jazz routine.
And I remember they like put Keo in there, and I'm like, oh, so he's supposed to be the representation.
Oh man, I'm
like,
sorry.
I was complaining about this too much on Twitter, I think. Like, maybe a little too much. Maybe I was like looking into it too far. If no one else is mad, then it's fine. I just don't want to offend people. Like, I was like, I know, like, they're not gonna make, as long as they don't make them do like dreadlocks or whatever. Like, as long as they don't try and like make Lindsay's hair look like, you know, that kind of thing. Like, it's fine. So like, I overreacted. I apologize. People are still gonna be mad about this because people are still like tweeting about it, like subtweeting me. It's just like, tweet me. Like, I want to talk about it. You don't need to like.
Right, I know.
Like, I don't want to be subtweeted. Like, it's okay. You can talk to me about things. It's fine. Like, I try and do that with other people. I try not to subtweet people. Like, I will mostly DM them if I have a
right. Right, exactly. And you know, you're absolutely right. It is kind of hard, you know, where do we draw the line between cultural appropriation and still being respectful to whatever it is that we have to do?
Like,
it is kind of hard to draw that line.
Well, I know this one's coming up, but I had to laugh when they like said, okay, you can't do Pocahontas. You can't culturally appropriate that. Now culturally appropriate this Mexican movie. Although she is Mexican, and I'm glad that package was about her being Mexican and using the heritage, and they had the dancer come in and help them. Like, yes, that is good. Like, that is how you do a culture. That is how you represent a culture. That's good. I was just really worried leading up to there. But anyway, Jordan and Lindsay, because this was a really good dance. Sorry I went off.
That's okay. Yep, absolutely deserves to be the first perfect score of the season. Fabulous.
Asterisk, because it should have been. Well, I mean, we can say both Jordan and Lindsay because it depends on what order, when they went in the running order.
True.
So, like, I mean, so usually I find it so dumb when like there's all this fanfare for the first perfect score of the season, and someone else gets the perfect score the same night, and then it's like they were done the same week, they rehearsed at the same time, they both deserve the same attention. For me, that's how I feel. But yeah, Jordan got it. He deserved it. I'm surprised Len like let this whole breakdown thing go in the middle, and then I don't know. But then he also gave Lindsay a 10, so it's okay. I'm not like mad. Like, if he'd given Lindsay a 9 and given this a 10, I would have been like, okay, Len. But this is fine.
Len was so woke tonight, you guys. Like, he couldn't. Like, Len's a stuffy old ballroom stickler. Like, he couldn't even take off for Jordan's breakdown because it was so good. Guys, Jordan Fisher is magical. It was amazing. Yeah, this dance was absolutely fantastic. Perfect. Amazing. Spectacular. My favorite dance, one of my favorite dances of the season. Will definitely be on my top 15 list at the end.
Same.
He'll be fine.
I think
he'll be fine.
Same. I don't know because like we still got 5 more weeks. There's a lot of good dancing coming up, but like it was one of my favorites of the season so far. I just think this was really good. Like, I think they handled the breakdown quite well. Like, they didn't let it go on for too long. It was just really solid. Like, he has good technique. He did really well. It was just really solid. Like, it was great.
It was fabulous. Lindsay and him are just absolutely magic together.
I think, like, I'm wondering if they're setting him up to win.
Perhaps.
I don't know, because I don't think he's doing the tour now. Like, I think it's Frankie. Like, it just seems really obviously going to be Frankie now.
I actually meant to ask you about this when we talked about Frankie, but what makes you think that Frankie's doing the tour over Jordan?
Because I think Jordan's going to be busy, because I know, as I said on Twitter today, I'm like, okay, well, Jordan's releasing new music next year, and he's doing his own tour. I don't know when that's going to be. I think Jordan's just going to be really busy, is the thing. I would be happy to see him on tour. Like, if he's doing tour, I really feel like they're going to pimp him to win. But I'm like, why the heck are they pimping Frankie? Unless it's both. because like why? Because like yes, they are pimping Frankie now. Like I don't think it say that like that was real pimpage tonight. Like worse than like everyone was yelling Victoria getting pimped. No, like this was the real.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I think Frankie's doing it because he doesn't have anything else to do. I mean, I'm sure he'll get like offers for stuff, and he can do stuff down the line. Like Rashad's gonna be in a sitcom now, so good for him. And I'm sure Frankie will get something. But I think like the new shows and stuff, TV stuff starts in the fall usually, so it'll probably be for the fall. He'll be doing like they usually start in the spring, like the production. So Frankie can just do tour now while he's not doing anything.
Listen, if Frankie Muniz goes on tour, I'm going to be fulfilling a childhood dream if I meet him, because like I'm going to be posing with Agent Cody Banks. Like that's going to be amazing. Hopefully, if he comes out after.
Doing it. Like I really feel like he's doing tour. Like I don't know, but I feel like they might want Jordan to win because Lindsay is going on tour and Mark is not. She hasn't won yet. Mark's won twice. Jordan's a Disney. I don't know if Jordan's still a Disney. That's the thing. If Jordan's still a Disney, like, oh, they might really want him to win. But so yeah.
I'd be so down for either Jordan or Frankie going on tour. I would absolutely love it.
I just don't want them to like. I want whoever to win because they're gonna win, like not because like they're gonna be told to win. I don't know. I'm taking the temperature of Facebook right now. Frankie's like steamrolling, and I think Lindsay's in second and Jordan's third right
now. Okay, well that makes sense after tonight.
So far I've barely gotten any info, so like this is probably gonna change. So yeah, the last dance of the night. This was my other favorite besides the two foxtrots. Was Nikki and Artem.
This was fabulous.
This was so good. This deserved 10s, honestly.
Absolutely should have had a couple 10s in there. I love this. You know, Artem is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated pros because he's just so happy and pleasant, and he knows what he's doing. He's so smart. Like last week, he really impressed me with the contemporary routine, and he's done last Disney night he did a really great jazz with Nancy, and this Disney night he did a great jazz, but he also brought in influences with Mexican folk dancers. Like he got help to pay tribute to the movie, which I thought was amazing. Artem is a great freaking pro. Everybody needs to stop sleeping on him.
I know. I used to like have real beef with Artem, and it was like I don't know if it's funny now or it's not, because like he actually did stuff that like pissed me off, but he like actually turned that around starting last season, and like now he's really good again. Now I'm like not mad anymore. I'm like, yeah. He like sorry. Like he deserves like more recognition, I think. Just because, like, I don't know, I don't know if it was his idea to have the dancers come in, but, like, if it was, like, so much respect for him. Apparently he cried watching the movie because they let them watch the movie, which I thought was good. I'm like, the movie before they do a dance piece.
Yeah, I love that they got to see Coco before it even came out. And Artem is amazing, guys. Like, get yourselves an Artem.
I know. I can't believe I used to think he was terrible. Or maybe he wasn't and he changed suddenly. But either way, I'm happy now.
Yes. Anyway, this dance was amazing. Nikki did a fabulous job.
With Val. Like, people were, like, writing apology letters to Val on Twitter. I need to do one for Artem.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, seriously. Like, even, like, I don't know. Like, I used to get the feeling like Artem hated everyone and, like, not hated. He was just, like, so disgruntled with everything. Like, I look at people's pictures at tour. And, like, he always looks so bored. And, like, whenever anyone, like, before, like, last season, let's say, I think it was just, like, he was lonely or whatever, but now he's, like, hanging out with people more. I've noticed too from the show and everything. He just looked so bored in every photo I've seen him take. Like, any selfie, he's just, like, okay. I don't know if that's just him, because I used to think, like, Mark used to be like that, too. I don't know. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, but I'm liking him more now.
I think he's fabulous.
Bad, almost, for saying things for, even though he did some stuff that did make me mad. I feel like maybe it was too hard. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this deserved 10s. I mean, like, what frustrates me about this show is this. You get a score the first week, and a lot of it's based on your running order. Hang on, sorry. And And then from there, they score you like on a curve, like a little bit. Like if you do well, like if you suddenly do well and you're getting like 7, then you deserve a 10. They'll give you like an 8 and maybe some 9s. Like they score you like a little bit more. Like even if so, like if you would suddenly improve, they don't really reflect that because it's like, oh, you got a 5, you got to go from 6s to 7s, you got to like move up the levels like that. And that's what I feel like they're doing to Nikki.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she didn't get 9s before, but like, why not? We can just give her.
Just give her 10s. Give her the 10 she deserves.
Like I think they did it with Lori. Like they gave her 8s and then she got 10 the next week. So why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. And then the elimination happened. It was Sasha and Gleb. We talked about.
It's a very tragic elimination, really.
Yeah, like she was doing well. I had a feeling she was kind of gonna go early. I know, like, I mean, I almost put her in the finals just because I thought they were gonna maybe pimp her, but I'm like, oh wait, no, they're probably not. Like, no, they have other priorities. I know some of the people put her in the finals. She did well, and I thought she was gonna do well. I just thought she'd fade away, and yeah, she did.
It was terribly unfortunate that she left tonight.
It was sad, but like, I'm just like, yeah, she's leaving.
Listen, America, you've now officially picked the wrong person to go home 3 nights in a row. 3 eliminations in a row.
Out of 4.
Out of the last 4 eliminations, you've gotten 3 of them wrong, America. How? Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so even Facebook, okay, so I want to talk about this. The running order. People, even Facebook's starting to get woke to this about the running order. It's so weird. I don't know if it's supposed to be obvious or if it's becoming that obvious. Like, people are complaining about how many times Jordan's danced in the second hour, and I'm pretty sure, like, Frankie's danced in the second hour the same number of times. It's just, like, even Facebook's yelling about this now. So I'm like, I don't know. Are they just getting more woke? I don't know.
That's interesting.
But, like, about how the running order, I'm not saying I'm mad. I'm just saying they're noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that's what I'm saying. Jordan goes last too many times or whatever.
That I think is very interesting, and maybe they are kind of realizing that. But listen, after tonight's shenanigans and scoring, you absolutely cannot argue that running order doesn't affect the scores, because running order absolutely does affect the scores.
Especially like we're still like at this point.
Yeah. At the halfway point in the competition, we're still early-ish now, still halfway.
I think like week 8 or 9 is when it starts to really not be a thing anymore.
Yeah. Like once we get into like the quarters and the semis, like we can start giving out 10s in the first half.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like that's fine. It's just like after that, before that, I don't know. So next week's movie night, and apparently it's genres.
So basically like what they did last season.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find out. I think everyone's just like still going over Disney night.
So basically they're doing it the way that they did it last season, where they just give everybody a genre.
Sorry, I saw something. Yeah, I think that's probably what they're gonna do. Hopefully I know there's only a certain number of movie genres, but I hope they like do some different ones. The thing is, they already did superheroes for Jordan and Lindsay, and I thought that could be a really good genre.
That could be a really good genre, but again, they have already used it.
I think it's hard to get the rights to this song. Superhero genre assigned to like I think probably Mark and Lindsay, and they do good track. I don't know that one. The Guardians.
Hooked on a feeling. Yeah, hooked on a feeling. That would be amazing.
They've already done Cha Cha though. Like it has to be someone who has yet to get Cha Cha. Oh my gosh, Drew and Emma gotta do it.
That would be amazing. I'd be 100% down for that.
That's gotta be like if they have to get a Latin suit, like they're gonna have to like that's gotta be it. Like that'll keep them memorable. I still think like I don't know. I think the hammer's gonna drop on him soon, so they can get like maybe Victoria to the finals. Cause like I don't know if Frankie's supposed to be like the dark horse that kind of isn't as good but still makes it anyway. Cause like if they're keep giving him 10s, like he'll still look good, and then maybe we'll have room for Drew.
Oh my gosh, maybe we will. At this point,
or maybe Victoria, because Victoria's like not as good as they're about as good as each other, Frankie and Victoria.
I would put Victoria a little bit higher than Frankie personally.
I don't know. Cause like I mean, in my head, I guess, cause oh yeah, Victoria's getting all this, and she does pretty well, but like isn't totally great. I don't know, but I think Frankie's had higher highs than Victoria, but he's had lower lows, I would say. So she's more consistent, and he's quite uneven.
I agree with that. I think
Cause like I don't think Victoria's done anything as good as even the perm dance. Frankie's Foxtrot, but like she's done like well, I mean like, that's maybe about her best level, but like she's done some good stuff. She hasn't done anything as bad as his samba. It's weak.
yeah, that's
Well, I don't know.
yeah.
So
Victoria's far more consistent than Frankie.
yeah, she is. So I still think okay. I think Final Four is now going to be Jordan and Lindsay is the top two. I don't know which one's gonna win. And then Frankie in third and Victoria in fourth. And then Drew's probably gonna be the one right before that, if assuming Vanessa leaves soon, which I think she might.
I feel like what I think the Final Four is going to be and what I want the Final Four to be are two kind of totally different things.
What do you want the Final Four to be?
If it were completely up to me in no particular order, Jordan and Lindsay as the top two, for sure. And then those other two spots, Victoria in one, for sure.
Yes.
And then for that fourth one, I could go either Vanessa or Drew.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting you to say. For me, I think I would want well, Jordan and Lindsay is the top two. I guess I would want Lindsay to win right now. I think Drew I would want there. And Frankie or Victoria. And I wouldn't mind Vanessa if she and Max can like get along again. It's just so awkward to watch right now, and I feel bad because I don't want to ruin anything, but like I don't know. I just like yeah, like and I think my top five are on track to be the top five.
I almost kind of forgot about Nikki. Like Nikki, I could want in the top four.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't be mad. I think she's getting somewhere around sixth.
I hope not because
she's around a while.
Yeah. Nikki's in my
like the solid. Yeah, sorry.
Nikki's in my preseason top four, so I mean I would like it if she was in the Final Four.
Nikki, I think I had her going either tonight or next week in preseason for being forgettable. I'm glad to be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think she's going anywhere next week with those high scores.
Tonight, actually, preseason. I had Vanessa in fourth for top four, and I think it would have happened that way had there not been drama. I had Victoria as the winner, and then I had Derek in third as the fun guy, and then I had Jordan in second, and then I had Lindsay as getting screwed right beforehand. So, yeah.
Welp.
Oh yeah, and Debbie rounded out my top six.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I actually like. I this is why I need to stop going with the majority for things. AKA what AGT blogging taught me this summer, because every time I go with the majority, like I just follow their opinion. I'm usually ended up being wrong. Like I had Frankie as first out because I'm like, well, we're doing the bootless game on the blog, and Bentley is Frankie's first out, so like I can't do worse than him. So I'm like, I just put that down. I'm like, well.
And yet we was wrong.
I mean, I had Barbara closest to first out because none of us had Barbara's first out. We all had Faith, and like, she just had to go be creepy. But like, I had her in 12th. I remember that. I don't know who I had in 11th. Was it? I don't know who it was. Oh, might have been Nick and Peta. I'm not sure. No, I think I don't know. No, it was Terrell.
Oh well.
Yeah. I think from here on in, I'll be pretty close. I've just been really off so far. Like, we do strikes. I think one person is 5 or 6 strikes. One has 5, one is 6, and one is 5, one is 7. I have 15.
Wow.
For like how off we were. I'm usually so good in the spring with predicting, and then in the fall it's like like last fall I had no one's placement correct.
Really?
No one's. I had like 1 or 2 off for a lot of people, but no one's placement correct. The last season I had like a bunch of stuff right, and then like the last spring season I had a bunch of stuff right.
Maybe just the fall seasons that are a problem.
The fall seasons are like harder to predict because there's also more people and like yeah, and it just like I don't know.
More factors go into it
And
when
every
there's more
spring
people.
and every spring season, someone gets screwed over right before the end. Like that, like happens like almost every spring season. And like you know how it's gonna go. So yeah, but yeah, like I was so strong last season, and then like this season, I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that well, at least it's unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean it's just a bootless game, I know, and I'm winning the I mean right now I'm winning the fantasy teams game because I picked.
Are you really?
Yes, because last season, well, no, like this is the our blogs one. I can't do the official one because I'm Canadian, but I'm winning our blogs one. Last season I made the mistake of because I made up the rules, which is like we score. We have this. We get points based on scores, and if they're safe, and if they're safe, we give them half of what they'd get of a perfect score.
Okay.
Which I think was a mistake to do because it pretty much means it's pretty much almost entirely based on who's safe, not who's getting the points, like who's getting the like in the dancing. So like I think next season we have to change it. And I want to change it this season, but like we picked beforehand. But yeah, I think like I've mastered it now because last season I picked people who are like, okay, well they might not get to the end. Like I knew like there was a chance I'd have no one at the end, but I think they're gonna get good scores. And like most of them did get pretty good scores, and then they still didn't make the end, so I still came in last. But like this season I have the married couple, Victoria and Lindsay. And I'm the only one who hasn't lost anyone yet. I think everyone else has lost 2 people.
And you haven't lost anyone yet?
Everyone else is down to like 2 or well, one person's down to 3 because we gave the person had the person who was first out the extra person because it's 4 people per team. Sorry, this is boring. Everyone listening. Go read Dance with the Stars Interact. Yeah, because I think I'm still winning as of tonight because one person's already down to 2 people and it's week 5. But she might win because she has Frankie and Jordan.
That could listen. I could absolutely see Frankie going to the finals. It is absolutely within the realm.
Like I think it's happening. Like I'm pretty sure 3 of them are Lindsay, Jordan, Frankie. I just don't know who the last one's gonna be. Probably Victoria.
We shall see when we get there.
That's who it's gonna be. Yeah, but we'll see. I think we're kind of rambling now. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I gotta get going to bed. I gotta go do Facebook stuff because everyone's asking me who do you think's going home, and I'm like, wait, just give me time. I'm gonna go look at Facebook.
Yeah. You got to go do your Facebook thing. I have to go vote for.
Yeah. Anything before I go? Anything interesting you observed from the supposed casuals? I assume at your viewing party.
Okay, so for context, like I said earlier, I went over to my friend's house. I was hanging out. 2 of my friends are home from school, and one of them was their boyfriend. So we went over to her house and we watched Dancing with the Stars because my friends know I'm obsessed with it. Hang on.
Do they watch regularly?
No, they don't.
Okay. Oh, but they know Disney, right? So they would like.
Yeah, they know Disney. So they were just like, hey, we'll watch Dancing with the Stars with you if you want to hang out. And I was just like, will you really? Yay. Hang on. There was something that my friend Jackie said about Tito that was really, really funny. I need to like find it specifically.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here it is. So for context, Jackie is a big football fan. Okay. So my friend Jackie on Tito, he must be doing the show to compensate for the fact that he's never won a Super Bowl.
Wow.
I had my friend Megan actually knew quite a bit of the cast. Like she knew who Sasha was, she knew who Drew was. Also, during a commercial break, we were talking about Master P, and I had to show them Master P's Plaza Doble.
He told you to.
They wouldn't let me, but oh my gosh, the laughter. They were just like, what is he doing? Like, I don't know. Nobody knows. It's one of the great mysteries.
If they invite you to watch them again, show them Geraldo.
You know, that would actually make like a really good like short little like YouTube series. So, like sitting my friends down and showing them Dancing with the Stars related things. I remember when I watched a couple of seasons back in season 22, I watched the trio night with them. And it wasn't just like the 3 of us, it was like all of our friends. We were in my friend's basement together. We watched the 22 trio round. And I remember the first dance of the night was Paige, Mark, and Alan and their trio samba. And they were all dressed as birds. And for like me and my friend Christine, who watch regularly, like it was no big deal. But if you all remember at the very beginning of that dance, Paige like jumps out of the bush and then Mark and Alan are like right behind her. And my friend Griffin was just like, what the hell was going on? Oh man. It's one of those like you had to be there things. But yes, they actually quite enjoyed the show tonight.
Yeah. I think ratings tend to go up on Disney Day, although I'm not sure if they will this season because the football thing's been messing with people's like ABC affiliates.
Oops. This has never been a problem where I live.
I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, next week's movie night, I really hope it's genres and not specific movies because I don't want to see them make them play characters like 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we don't need that 3 weeks in a row.
Like that, I love it. Like if they'd done the movie night earlier in this season, I might not have minded so much.
Right, but they didn't. So fingers crossed it's just genres and not actual movies, so we can get into the spooky, scary skeletons and stuff the week after.
Yeah, and I assume that's team dance night. So yeah. Yeah, and then when do you think the iconic dance stuff is and the trios with celebrities? Week 8 and 9, or just week 8, or just week 9? I think one's gonna be week 8, one's might be week 9. I don't know, or they might do them together because they're like similar themes.
They are similar themes. That would actually be like
fit as a package because week 8's when they have to do 2.
That's true. If I had to guess right now, I'd say 1 week 8, 1 week 9. Although I could totally see them. I could totally see them putting the two together.
I feel like it's gonna be week 8 that they do the iconic ones because they want if they like want to have enough people do it. Because like week 8's probably gonna be 6 people. I'm thinking 6. Yeah, it's up to 7. It might be 6.
Yeah,
so
are
they gonna do
fingers crossed
in the semis and then like cut to 2 down then? Because that's almost half the cast you have in your semifinal.
Do a double elimination of the semis. That's rough, guys.
They've done that before. They did that in season 22, but there's only 5 people then. So like, are they really gonna have half the cast in semifinals?
That's a good point. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't see it happening, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to keep certain people around for a while, and if that means 6 in the semis, I'm like, I'm okay with that, but it depends on who it is.
True. It all very much is dependent on who it is.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna log off now. I don't know. This is going on for a while. We have 4 viewers live though. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's like the most we've ever had live.
2 at most.
Thanks guys so much for watching.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll have more viewers later. We've gotten like a good solid number for most of the season. So yeah.
Yes, thank you everybody for watching. Please give us a like on YouTube. We'll see you next week, okay? For movie night.